This is the 235th episode of CloudFocus Weekly for the first week of December 2015. This episode is titled IQ Safety Check. CloudFocus Weekly is brought to you by Arkus. Hey, and we're hiring. If you're a Salesforce consultant and want to be part of a unique and growing company, send your resume to careers@arkusinc.com. See, that was a great read. I ad-libbed and everything.
That was good.
Yep.
I didn't even realize you ad-libbed. That's pretty good.
I was ad-libbing. I'm your host, Jason Atwood, the ad-libber, and joining me, co-host 235 times in a row, almost didn't make it today, Justin Edelstein. How are you doing, Justin?
I was here the whole time. I'm doing well, thank you.
You were shopping from the office.
I was doing something else.
Oh, we're not going to say it on the podcast?
I had to do something.
Oh, really? Can't say it on the podcast?
Say whatever you want. I was shopping.
Well, what were we shopping for?
Clothing.
In the office?
Well, yeah, my if I can have my clothing shopping come to me as opposed to go to it, I'd prefer to do that.
So what were we shopping for?
Oh, suits, jackets, pants, things of that nature.
So you're on like your third one now. How'd this one show up?
Third,
yeah.
Well, this is a friend of mine.
Oh, it's a friend getting into the biz?
Yeah, who's gotten into the biz and reached out and was like, hey, and I was like, oh, all right.
I do this.
You know what? Why not? I do this. You do this. Let's do this.
We're talking about custom clothing or custom suits, really.
I didn't even get a suit. I got a jacket and 2 pairs of pants.
Nice.
And a shirt.
So I got you hooked from many years ago.
Yes, when I got married, I got my first bespoke suit, and it was like, ooh, that's nice.
Can never go back.
And now I'll never go back.
Never
and
go
back. Just, once in a while, I'll feel a little like, oh, I kind of want an outfit or something.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, well, it's not just suits. I can just do outfits.
Right.
So I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's talk.
Cool.
So
well, I can't wait to see if it's good. And if it's good,
I'll
then
let
maybe
you know, and I'll refer you.
Yes. And then you can earn like a free tie.
No, I'll just refer you over. I don't need to earn anything. It's just, helping,
no, when I refer you to
out.
mine, I think I got like socks.
Well, I just like to help people out. I just, like to refer people.
Speaking of helping people out,
let's talk about it.
We have an agenda.
Let's do this.
First up on our agenda, Salesforce Iq Overview. It rhymes, so you know it's true.
Sure.
Written by Marielle Espinal.
Yes.
One of our newer bloggers.
You can follow her at Ms. Espinal90, MS Espinal90 on Twitter.
I love when people use like
Ms.
I mean, I don't know what 90 is.
90.
I can guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
say anything.
Don't get fired.
Don't fire myself. I just got fired.
Don't get fired, Jason.
I'm at Jason M. Atwood. And moving on.
Jason M. Atwood.
What does the M stand
48.
for?
What?
Jason M. Atwood 72. What's that mean?
What's that 48?
No, it's 72.
Yeah. No,
40.
I get it. I was making fun of you.
Oh.
Get it?
Oh. What are you, like 82? Like just Edelstein
No.
82?
Nope. Incorrect. You don't even know
80.
You don't even know the number. Nope.
I
Still not right. Wow.
Googling.
Anyway, so she wrote an overview of Salesforce IQ.
81.
There you go. just Edelstein 81. So obviously Salesforce IQ was relational IQ, not obviously, but it was, and at Dreamforce it kind of resurfaced at Salesforce IQ.
What?
So it was its own standalone CRM, and it became owned by Salesforce, and it can continue to serve as its own sort of what I would call small business CRM tool to compete with the Insightly's of the world and the Zohos and all the other smaller players that can offer like quick get you
Don't mess with the
easy.
Zoho.
Don't mess
saying.
with the Zoho. And it still has that. But with it came some technology I think Salesforce was really interested in,
right,
which was the intelligence and the predictive nature of what it can do and how it sort of flipped CRM into working, sort of going back and thinking about it from an email perspective and the inbox and predicting what you should do based on who's calling you and setting up tasks and snoozing emails. It's like a nice email client in and of itself on the phone,
right?
Which I set up immediately during the keynote,
and it's a plugin.
It's a plugin,
which I was using, or have used, or it's in my email. But I just don't use native Gmail. So to me, it's kind of like I'm rarely in. The only time I'm in native Gmail is when the mail's not coming through, and I'm like, "Is this me?" And then I go in native Gmail.
Right.
Do you use the IQ plugin, or do you
No,
use?
I don't.
Use Cirrus? Cirrus?
I have Cirrus.
But you don't use it.
I have an issue with. It's a browser thing.
Oh,
Because it like works in Chrome,
but
but I can't actually get Arkus's Gmail to load in Chrome when I'm not. It works in incognito mode. It doesn't work when I'm not. Anyway, it's a browser thing.
Wow, that sounds
So
like
I
a
use
user thing to me.
Safari and for my like Arkus stuff.
Right.
So I don't use it. I would use it if it worked in Safari, but I don't.
Yeah, it's it's nice. I mean, I think it's strange for when you look at the product. Again, it's not one thing. Salesforce IQ isn't a thing. It's multiple things. There's a plugin, and then there's its own product. So it's kind of a strange thing. That's why the blog post. So we just thought like, hey, why don't you go read about it? You can read about Salesforce IQ. You can read about Salesforce IQ for small business. And then there's Salesforce IQ for Sales Cloud.
Right.
So that's the app, and that's an app that's installs into Salesforce. So it's a bunch of different things. So go check out the blog post at blog.arkusinc.com and read all about it. And there's some nice screenshots with some stuff in there.
Yeah. Cool
Again,
stuff.
it's supposed to be sort of taking your things and making it smarter, making your life.
Who's not for that?
Right. A lot of these things I think we already kind of do. I mean, we have a lot of stuff built into our sales process that's automated and automated follow-ups and things like that. And then we have, we do a lot of snippets that, like snippet type things. Like we use Text Expander. So
Right.
sort of stuff that we're kind of just used to. I don't snooze emails, but I have my own way of tracking.
Your own way of snoozing emails.
I mean, to me, it's not a snooze. It's like an email basically can't go more than 24 hours and I should be answering it. So it's like, I don't snooze it for long. I can't imagine being like, snooze this for 6 months. I guess I'm trying to think of what would be the use case for that.
All right, if you're like an inbox zero person and
Person says, catch up with me next month. You could snooze it for next month and then
I think it's more like I really need my inbox to be at 0 right now, and this email just came in, and I sort of need to really pay attention to it, but I don't want to right now, and I'm not a flagging person, so I'm going to snooze it so it comes back to me 2 hours from now.
Yeah, that seems
I
weird to
honestly
me.
think that's the use case.
I thought it was
come
more
back
like,
in 2 hours.
I thought it was more like tickets on sale next week, and then you flag it, say,
I don't
come
know.
back
Maybe
next
it's
week.
I've thought of it as come back to me in 2 hours. I'll be ready for you then.
Okay, but in
That's
2 hours
just
you'll
where
be
I don't
buying
know, man.
bespoke
That's just how
suits,
I've
and
thought
then
about it.
What will happen then?
Probably just won't answer it.
Exactly. All right, so that's at blog.arkusinc.com. Go read it. Next up, 2 Facebook things. I'm sure you'd have not paid any attention to these things since I mentioned to them 2 weeks ago, but that's
No,
okay.
Why would I do that?
Because that makes the podcast more fun, where I introduce things to you.
No, I did know about this one. I didn't know about the other.
Well, which one did you know about?
The second one on the list.
The Facebook
charitable giving on Facebook.
Yeah, so Facebook announced a new Facebook for nonprofits. Basically your page, so you can do more fundraising and donations from Facebook. So again, it's sort of a way there's tons of tools out there that do this, that you can show how much you've raised and all this. Basically, Facebook is like, hey, we can do that. We can just build it right into our platform, create a donate button. You can track how much the goal is. Everything's in Facebook. You don't have to go to another partner, which I find interesting. I find that I think a lot of people live in Facebook, and so to be able to do all that in Facebook, I think is...
People totally live in Facebook.
And when I was a part of a nonprofit, when I was on the PTA, they didn't have a web page, they didn't have a Facebook page, they didn't have Twitter, so we created all those for them, and we would use it, and it worked. I would tell you, getting out an event to people, telling them that Facebook is where people are reading things, and it's not so much you post it, then someone reposts it. It's like, oh, come to this charity event, come to this thing, and that's where you see it. Like, where do you see stuff for your friends who are running races and stuff? You see it on Facebook.
Facebook.
Right. So I think it's pretty genius. I don't know if there's any costs. I mean, obviously there's costs involved with the donate button. Say, Yeah, it just has a donate button.
Doesn't really give you much information on here.
They do have
of like how it actually works.
Right.
And like, I guess you can request more info.
Yeah.
They're not technically launched.
Right.
So, I guess they're still working that out. But I think this is fantastic.
Anything
to make a page actionable.
Yes.
Is the key, right?
You're
pushing out this content, and people are they've obviously liked you, so they're interested in what you have to say, or it's been shared with you by somebody else who's interested in what you have to say. And to be able to give someone an actual call to action and say, you like what we have to say here? Why don't you donate $5 or whatever, right?
Right.
It just, this could set the peer-to-peer fundraising world on fire.
Yeah. And you and I have talked about our charitable, my charitable, and then you adopted it, which is great.
It's a good theory. It's like 111. I adopted it from you.
Yes. Which is my charitable giving, because I used to do this thing at the end of the year. It's usually when I'm doing finances, I'm looking at my charities. I'm like, charity, and give money to charity, which is a lot of where people, most charities make most of their money like now, this month.
People are in the holiday spirit, and they're like, I gotta do my tax thing.
And it's a tax thing, which is terrible, kind of, because first of all, charities need money all year long. And I always found that this was a tough time because this is also the most expensive month of the year between holidays, vacations, money. What are the other things they do? We got, my thought was just blown out as someone knocked on the door. Giftings and and parties. Like, there's just a lot going on, and I find that this is not the time I'm usually have extra cash.
No.
So my policy is, and I did this for years and still do it when someone asks me. Basically,
it's the best policy.
Yeah. So if you see something on Facebook, or I actually will go to the next topic. Basically, if someone asks me, I go for it. So
yes, I'm the same way. If someone posts, I'm doing this walk, or I'm doing this run for whatever, it's like, okay, done.
I helped someone out the other day. I gave them a nice little for the marathon run.
If they do this right, Facebook, it will set that peer-to-peer world on fire.
Now, as a Salesforce person, I'm like, because a lot of these places, donation, giving, and management, and they have integration to Salesforce.
Well, Salesforce would be very smart to team up here.
Get in here.
Get in.
So
because this is
pay attention.
This could be a big deal.
Yes, and because charity's already there. All right, so that's that. Go check it out. I'll be. I'm not on that PTA.
Put the links in the show notes.
No, we don't do that. There's no show notes.
What show notes? What are those?
No, we're on a budget.
Safety check.
So the next thing is another Facebook
it's like
thing.
The safety dance.
First of all, the safety dance came out when you were very young.
But I know it.
Yes, well, it's a classic.
Oh, at least I know.
You can dance if you want to. The video was the best part because it was like these.
What's a music video?
My daughter doesn't know what a tape is.
I heard that killed the radio star.
It did. The videos, and now videos don't exist. Like now videos
exist on the internet.
Yeah, but they're not like
they
a
totally
thing.
do. They get millions of views.
Yes, YouTube is the new MTV.
Or what is it? Vimeo, right?
Vimeo's big.
Vimeo's the big one for the
but everything's
videos.
basically on YouTube.
Yeah,
Vimeo's
you watch it on YouTube, and it's a Vimeo thing.
Have you seen the new Adele Hello video? Oh no, check it out. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, just the Jimmy Fallon version.
It is Jimmy Fallon version. All right, so the next thing is this came to my attention. A friend of mine.
Yes, you told me about this one.
Right, was talking about this. Facebook has launched, and with some controversy, a new thing called Safety Check.
What's controversial about this?
I will tell you.
Why don't you say what it is, and then you can tell me
Safety
what's
Check,
so controversial.
So the idea of Safety Check is people are on Facebook a lot, and I'm in an area that's affected by a major disaster, terrorist attack, something terrible happened. Facebook then kind of says, okay, that area needs a safety check or whatever. That's where the controversy is coming in. It's not like it's always going. And then when you log into Facebook, it says, hey, I notice you're in this area because it knows where you are. Again, a little scary, but whatever. It says, I know where you are. I think you're in one of these areas that needs, that's having a problem. Are you safe? and then there's literally just a button that says I'm safe or I'm not in the area. I don't see anything that says I'm not safe. I assume that's the whole point. But you can see that, when you're trying. Again, I was part of 9/11, and I was here in the city when it happened, and I would have used this. Like, this would have been important to me. Because I remember trying to connect with people, and to go one place that I know everybody's paying attention and just go click this one button, and at least then 30, 40 people or whatever would feel good about it.
Yep.
So they launched it. I forgot who they launched it with. It wasn't the Paris attacks. Now it's like, you know what? That's how sad our world is. Like, we have to be like, which recent set of attacks did they launch?
Which recent terrible world event
which
did
we're
they
not going to
launch
get into
this
that
for?
Right? But anyway, they launched it. So I think it was Paris, and of course, they got. It's great. It's a great thing. And a friend of mine said that they had a friend who was over there and they got the safety check and they saw it, and you can go to a page to see, of your friends who are safe and it's okay. Anyway, but the controversy is they didn't launch it during another, and I don't know what it is, but another similar event that was going on at the exact same time.
That's the controversy?
Well, because
like this event's more important than that event?
Yes, and one was in a third world country. And so the controversy was, wow, in this country, you're saying that this is an event that you need that's a safety check, but why didn't you put it over there? So because I think this is I think the flaw in this logic is based on where Facebook is saying there is an event, and they're judging the size of the event and how. So we just had something happen out in California. Is it big? Like, you know what I'm saying? It becomes a human being is now judging what's the size of the event that people need to be safe about.
And
I think that's the logic.
And where.
And
the where's the one that's like
Paris, okay. Some other area that's maybe underpopulated or whatever. So I think that's. What it should be is more of, I don't know. I don't know how you would make it more automated. That is just, it knows.
Well, and can it just be self-reported? I guess it can't.
Yeah, that would be kind of tough. You have to have something, but I think you could figure out an algorithm. Hey, Zuckerberg, when you get back from your 2-month paternity leave.
How about
news?
News.
Wait, why couldn't it just
news feeds?
Right? Why couldn't it just sort of look at the current news feeds and go, we think there's an area here, and just know, and then just create it?
Yeah, it could be smarter. It shouldn't be on a human. Maybe it's not.
It's on a human. I mean, not on a human. It's probably
the concept itself is very good.
It's awesome. It's really good. And again, I'm not a huge fan of Facebook, and I'm becoming less and less of one. But I'm trying to figure out how I can use it for the way I want to use it and not use it for the way I don't want to use it. But this is one of those things that makes me think, oh, I like this. I like that. And again, I think of 9/11, and this would have been. And the inability to communicate in that time from down there was terrible. And I remember people really being afraid. And then the blackout happened, which would happen like 2-3 years later. And again, it was another time where people were like trying to reach me. It's like I was back down in the bowels of New York City and in a blackout, and people were like, "What's going on?" So anyway, a great thing. All right, I got one more fun thing to end us out.
You do.
So Tuesday. So now every day around the holidays have to give a name to it. So there's Black Friday, there's Crazy Saturday, there's Local Saturday, there's Sunday, there's Cyber Monday, and there's Tuesday Giving Tuesday. And so I got an email from my wife. It was Giving Tuesday. They were asking money for my college. And so I went online and I gave. And then just today, I went into my Twitter feed and I saw this. So click on it and watch it. Have you watched it?
I don't have my sound up. I'll put my sound up. All right.
Hey, Jason. I'm a Skidmore student. Hope you and Sarah are doing well. Thank you so much for making a gift today on Giving Tuesday. Have a good day.
So they posted at me, and I did not put my Twitter feed in there. This was the fun part of this.
Period at you, meaning public. Hello, everybody.
Yes, hello, everybody. A video of a Skidmore student thanking me for my donation.
Very nice. Mentioning your wife's name. Very, very
nice. They know that. Well, they've posted on our anniversary. They've said, like, hey, you guys, like, skis with kitties. Like, they've done a whole thing. I'm like, I'm like 50%. I'm like, part of me is like, that's so cool. What a way that they got this person. They should probably shot like 100 of them, whatever. And then part of me is like, whoa, that's invasive. What are you doing a video and saying my wife's name on Twitter, which is open to the entire world? Where do you fall?
I guess I fall in the. That's really nice of them to recognize
a gift
publicly. I think that's
I wonder
nice.
if I gave more, it would be like a song.
Well,
and
if you would have
10-minute
said, this is anonymous, then they obviously wouldn't
true,
have
but
done
I
that.
didn't. But this is what I think is impressive because they don't. I didn't. They have my Twitter account, but I didn't give and put in my Twitter account as I gave.
No, they figured it out somehow. So that's pretty.
I'd actually like to know what software they use because that was pretty good. I mean, obviously they linked it back to my profile.
Salesforce IQ, clearly.
Or Pardot, or Radiant 6, or Buddy Media.
What is it? There's a lot of ringing going on.
I don't think anybody else can hear that.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah, but you can
very
hear things.
distracting.
It's because you had a concussion. All right, let's get to our picks.
I have had a concussion in my life.
Let's get to our picks. We have some stuff next week is going to be tough because we're on the road, but we only have one more podcast for the rest of the year. As per our goals, trackedandwork.com. So that'll probably be the week after. But we have some stuff to talk about. We have predictions. Someone has dared us to talk about what's on our home screen.
Sure.
And there's a great new video of the new Amazon drone.
Let's talk about all those things the next time we podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next time on CloudFocus Weekly.
Next time.
All right, so you picked something for me. Thank you.
Twice in a row now.
Thank you. I haven't even used it yet, but it's a new Salesforce A, apparently. And it looks like lightning. So cool. And it's got a status right there for you from Trust, presumably. And it's got actions for doing things like freezing users and deactivating users. And I would presume that you haven't lost any functionality in terms of like assigning permission sets and things of that nature. I would still love if they opened this platform up and made it more like Salesforce 1 so that people who create admin tools like us could actually put our tools inside of Salesforce A where the users would actually use it. Well, I was thinking more clone this user, which is a natural for Salesforce A.
We actually built it for Salesforce A and then realized we couldn't put it in Salesforce A.
So, yeah. Anyway, Salesforce A for all you Salesforce admins. It's new and you could check the Meet the New Salesforce A blog post on Button Click Admin.
Yep, I just using it. So it actually will come down if you already had it. It's not a new.
Oh, well,
new
then
version.
I have it
yes,
already.
You have it. I know.
I just don't use it.
Right.
Well, I don't have to.
But it's
not
nice.
because I don't like it. It's because I don't.
It's a nice
really
new. It's a nice new interface. It's much faster.
I have to sign in. That's never good.
It's got some nice. Well, that's always good when it's Salesforce A.
I don't like having to sign in.
But I like the new front thing. So recent status, 24 hours ago, your instance, or by the way, we're in NA28, is available and fully functional. You did not know we were in 28.
I knew that.
You did not know.
Actually, I would have guessed 34.
Yeah. Okay. Great pick. My pick of the week is, I don't know if we've actually picked the regular thing or not, and I might have even picked this, but I'm going to pick it again because it's the holiday season.
Cheater.
Because I'm a wow. After I give you 2 picks in a row, you then call me a cheater. Wow, that's something. That's really good. What I am picking is Lucidchart for iOS.
Lucidchart for iOS.
Yes. Oh, now you're interested.
All right.
It is so Lucidchart. Why don't you explain why I log into it? Why don't you explain what
your pick, buddy?
No, explain what Lucidchart is.
It's your pick.
Oh God, that's not.
I have to explain. It's a charting thing. It's like Visio, but it's online, and you can create mock-ups and not Gantt charts, flow charts and ERDs and whatever kinds of things you need to visually represent.
And it's very, very online. It is online, and it's really good. It's a little tough to get to just. There's a lot of little stuff to learn about it, but once you get it and really get used to it, it's very powerful. They do a lot of team stuff. It synchronizes with Google Drive really well. It just sits right in there in Google Drive. But more importantly, the iOS version, which is a full app, so I'm not asking you just to go to some website, it's a full app, is really good. You can edit things, you can move things around, you can see things. I don't know if I would, necessarily, build things from here, but it's full on feature. You can click on stuff, you can move objects, it's real deals.
Yeah, it looks good. I never like doing that kind. I mean, in a pinch, if I had to change something, I would do it. But yeah.
So Lucidchart for iOS, Lucidchart for iOS is free. Lucidchart, I think, has a free version, We're having the pay version, but whatever. It's a nice app, and it actually works really well. I've used it a couple times on the iPad. All right, well, that's it for us. Follow Justin at JustEdelstein81. Follow at Jason M. Atwood72. Follow at Arkus Inc. Arkus Inc. 10. Facebook.com/safetycheck/Arkus Inc. So Success and Power of Us groups. Power of Us Hub, we're in there, and LinkedIn, Google+. Subscribe and review with Stitcher and iTunes. As always, Justin Jason saying, enjoy those cloudy days.